Mike Sullivan. I'm a former IRS agent. I was a teaching instructor with IRS. I worked at IRS over a decade. I've worked about 10,000 cases. I'm a national expert in IRS resolutions. I've been on all the major TV stations, not advertising. They actually asked my opinion, my humble opinion on what to do. Being a former agent, what I like to do is I like to pull back the IRS curtain and tell you really what you need to do. There's a lot of ads and there's a lot of misinformation that's out there. If you're calling a resolution company, 90% of the time you're speaking to salesmen who honestly don't know what they're doing. They hop from job to job, industry to industry, and they make 50% of the sales. So if you're ever going to have an IRS problem, you got to speak to a person who actually is going to be working your case and knows what they're doing. That's just a caution, a little tip to you, whoever that person is going to be. Today I want to talk to you about the CP504, the final notice that IRS sends you. I repeatedly get calls like this. I'm repeatedly making YouTubes about this. You have to know you don't have to call IRS with that letter. Don't call IRS with that letter. Don't call IRS with that letter. People get scared. They say final notice before seizure, notice of intent to levy. That's what the letter says, CP504, and everyone is just sitting there nervous. So let me at least explain that to you, why you don't need to get all angst up. By the way, I used to sign levies and send them out to banks, to wage garnishment notices, file federal tax liens. I've done all this. So if I'm telling you you don't have to do it with this, it can be relaxed with this letter, it's okay. You don't have to. Don't start losing yourself. People are worried. Just relax. Let me tell you why. The CP 504 is not the last notice. Did you hear that? It is not the last notice. IRS is really trying to scare you on that second to last notice. So basically, IRS says we can take enforcement action. We do this, and what it does, it prompts people to call them. Usually, you've got a series of 3 other notices prior to this 504. What this notice is going to tell you to do is you better take care of it now. When most people can't pay the debt, they don't know what to do, and that's why you're listening to this video. So here's what's going to happen. IRS is going to send you another letter. That other letter is going to be the 1058 letter, okay, or the LT11 letter. They're going to say you have a collection due process that you can file. So this letter is going to come 6 weeks after the 504. IRS bills out in cycles, and it's a 6-cycle billing. So if it came out, say, November 1st, on December 15th, you're going to get your last notice. That will be the last notice. The 1058 is the last notice. The LT11 is the last notice. In that letter, you have 30 days to contact IRS or file what's called a collection due process. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to file a collection due process hearing. What it's done, it's now suspended your case for the time period until an appellate officer call you. Now, if you're a straight hardship, you don't have anything, it's okay to call IRS and just say, IRS with the 504. I don't have any money, I'm broke, and I'm employed, I have nothing. It's okay to close your case at that point. However, if you have some income, have some assets, you're making anything over upwards of maybe 50, 60,000, you want to file a collection due process or get a hold of a professional. So what you do is you get that form, the collection due process form. I think it's a 12153 or 59. It's a 1-page form. You're simply going to send it in. You're going to send it in certified. So a 1-page form, and you're simply going to say, I cannot pay the debt at this time. I either want to make an agreement, a payment agreement, or I'm in a hardship. That's what you want to do. And then you're going to wait and wait and wait and wait. Then IRS will assign you an appeals hearing with only one person, and that person is generally a lot nicer than calling the 1-800 number. You have to understand the 1-800 numbers that you call are switching stations. It goes into a central bank of computers. If there's an opening for a call in New York an hour after you're on the phone, it goes to New York. If there's an hour in Sacramento that's open, it goes there. If there's an opening in Texas. So what it does, it reroutes calls. So you never know who's going to work your case. But the nice thing about the collection due process hearing, one person will be assigned your case. Now, with all that, you have three alternatives to close your case. The first one is you can simply get your case into non-collectible or hardship status. You can get a payment agreement, or you can file for an offer in compromise. So how do you know what's right for you? IRS is going to ask for a financial statement of 433F. That form will determine your fate. IRS will determine whether you're going into hardship, payment agreement, or if you're going into an offer and compromise. You may want to contact us or somebody and determine. Just so you know, that form is the determining form. So I just want to let you know what behind the scenes, what happens. When IRS gets that form, they're going to look at your income and they're going to look at your assets. Your income and expenses play a very important role. The reason is IRS determines what your expenses should be in the area that you live in. So if you look in IRS National Standards, Housing and Utilities, they'll tell you what you can live on. If you're making more than that, IRS wants the money. So I just want to give you a heads up. Make sure you know what the IRS national standards are before you call them. Two other things you need to do: make sure all your tax returns are filed, and make sure you're current on estimate or withholding. IRS is going to want that. So remember, relax when you get the CP504. Get ready to file the collection due process hearing that you're going to send in certified. You're going to sit and you're going to wait for the IRS appellate hearing, and then at that time, IRS will let you know if you qualify. One thing, if you call somebody like us or whoever you want to use, we will pre-qualify you and tell you what you have to change to get the agreement that you want. By the way, thank you for listening to these YouTube videos. You can always leave a comment, email me, give me a text if you want to know more. If you want to retain us, you can. I'm just trying to give you information. A lot of people on YouTube want to do it yourself, which is just fine. Know what you're doing. Notifications are very, very important to me. Subscriptions let YouTube know that you're interested in my content. Subscriptions rule. I love likes and leave comments. Thank you.